love with lust? How can you tell if you're smitten or just all horned up? Dave, first off, great question. I love how it's worded. I love what you're about. Well, I don't know what you're about, so maybe I don't love it. Like, maybe you're like, I'm mostly about swords. I don't like that. But I do like the way that you wrote this question because it's fun, it's flirty. Well, it's not flirty. Please, no one write me flirty questions. I do not want them. It's fun and flirty like a margarita from Applebee's. So, you constantly confuse love with lust, don't we all? Maybe you'll go on a date with someone and you'll be like, oh my god, I like your hair, and we also enjoy the same feature films from French New Wave directors because we're both assholes. But maybe you're not emotionally attracted to them, and you'll find that out on like date 4 or 5 or maybe 6 months in. I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, it depends on how is this relationship moving? Is it fast? Is it slow? I don't know. What kind of questions are you asking? Do you want to settle down? Like, then maybe you need to be asking more serious questions up front. But we're in a Chili's. It's like, I don't care if you're in a Chili's. Talk about your relationship. Like, this is important. Hey, do you want to visit the in-laws? Or is that important to you? Do you need to live near your family when we have children? Do you even want to have children? This is exhausting! I'm not even dating and I'm so tired by this. Here's the deal. We live in a new American economy where no one's gonna own a home or a car, so who gives a fuck? If you're horned up, if you're in love, I don't even care. You're never gonna own a home. You have too much student loan debt. Just keep dating until you're 40, and then when you're 40, have an existential crisis because you have no one to take care of you when you're old. But who cares? You're gonna work until you're dead anyway. The American economy has collapsed, so we live in a new template of life where you don't need to know if you're in love or if it's a long-term relationship because you're probably not gonna have one and everything's gonna fall apart anyway, so don't even worry about it. Alright, Twilight, that's a book. Okay, it starts off with this girl named Bella. She moves to Forks, Washington, and everybody in school is like, oh my god, you're so cute, let me ask you out on a date, even though Bella is pretty normal, and also her main character trait is that she just like falls down all the time. Then she sees a 112-year-old vampire who's wearing a turtleneck. He's supposed to be her bad guy, and our bad boy, and he wears a turtleneck and drives a Volvo. He sounds like a Dutch accountant. Anyway, and she Googles the word vampire, and then she goes to another town where she's menaced by a man wearing sandals. That's ridiculous. The vampire comes and is like, oh my god, are you being menaced by this guy in sandals? And she's like, yeah, pretty much so. And then she's like, I heard you're a vampire. And he's like, yeah, I'm definitely a vampire. And she's like, oh, that sounds interesting. Do you want to go to prom? How is that a book? Here's the ultimate rewriting of Twilight is a girl with a genetic condition that makes her bones very brittle, falls in love with a murderer. And if anyone takes this idea, I will sue you. He's posing as a teen in order to hide out from being a murderer. She finally finds out that he is a murderer, and then she kills him, and the book ends with her covered in his blood. Okay, anyway, that's been Yell You Better. You can find us online at yellyoubetter.tumblr.com. You can find us on Facebook at /YellYouBetter. You can email us questions at yellyoubetter@gmail.com, and you can find us on Twitter at YellYouBetter. I've been Katie McVeigh, and that's been